Ladies and gentlemen, you ever notice how the loudest people in the room often make the least impact? The ones who shout, argue, and demand attention? Now think of someone who, without a word, made you stop and rethink everything. Silence, that's power. Here's the truth: not everyone deserves your reaction. Not every insult needs a rebuttal. Not every battle is yours to fight. Sometimes the greatest statement you can make is to walk away. And when you do it without a word, oh, it hits different. You reclaim your peace, your energy, your focus. True strength is not found in arguments or reactions, it's in walking away without a word. Silence speaks louder than any confrontation. At first glance, silence might seem like weakness. People assume that if you're quiet, you're either afraid, uncertain, or incapable of defending yourself. But that's far from the truth. Silence is one of the most profound expressions of strength and self-control. It's not about lacking words, it's about choosing not to use them when they won't add value to your life or the situation at hand. When you refuse to react, you're taking control not just of the moment, but of your emotions, your energy, and your destiny. Reactions are easy, they're reflexive. Someone pushes and you push back. They say something hurtful and you respond with something sharper. But when you choose to disengage, you're demonstrating an understanding far beyond the heat of the moment. You're saying, I see what's happening here, but I'm not giving it my energy. The power of silence is unmatched because it creates space. In that space, others are left to deal with their own actions, words, and intentions. Without your reaction to justify their behavior or validate their efforts to provoke you, they're left with nothing but their own choices. And that's a space many people can't handle. They thrive on reactions. They want to pull you into their chaos because it gives them purpose, attention, and power. When you don't respond, you take that power away. Silence doesn't mean you're turning a blind eye or tolerating mistreatment. It means you're elevating yourself above the need to explain, argue, or prove your worth. You're refusing to let someone else dictate the direction of your emotions. Silence is the ultimate act of self-respect because it places your peace above someone else's chaos. It shows that you value your mental and emotional stability over the temporary satisfaction of proving a point or winning an argument. Walking away silently requires discipline. It takes courage to resist the temptation to react when someone pushes your buttons, but once you master this, you realize how liberating it is. You're no longer bound by the need to be understood or validated by people who don't deserve your time. You're no longer shackled by the weight of unnecessary conflict. What's even more powerful is how silence flips the script. While they may expect anger, frustration, or retaliation, your silence disarms them. It forces them to reflect on their own behavior. They might interpret your lack of reaction as indifference, strength, or even a sign of maturity. And while they're left to deal with the aftermath of their actions, you're already moving forward, unburdened by their negativity. Silence isn't just an absence of words, it's an assertion of boundaries. It says, I don't have to stoop to your level to prove my worth. It's about protecting your space and focusing on what truly matters. Words can be loud, but silence has a gravity that demands attention. It carries a weight that words often cannot. Think about the moments in your life when you've walked away silently. Reflect on how powerful it felt to take the higher road. There's a clarity that comes with knowing you didn't let someone else's negativity pull you off course. You maintained your dignity, your focus, and your peace. That's not weakness, that's mastery. People who thrive on chaos and confrontation will struggle to understand this. They'll call you aloof or accuse you of not caring. Let them. Their opinions are not your burden to carry. You're not reacting for them, you're choosing silence for yourself. And in that choice, you're setting yourself free. Silence isn't about the other person, it's about you. It's about reclaiming your energy, preserving your mental space, and staying true to your purpose. When you stop reacting, you stop giving others control over your emotions. You're no longer dancing to someone else's tune. Instead, you're creating your own rhythm, one that aligns with your values, goals, and peace of mind. The next time someone tries to drag you into an argument, insult you, or provoke a reaction, remember this: there's no strength in playing their game. The real strength is in choosing not to play at all. Silence is your answer. It's your power. Let it speak for you. Life is too short to spend on negativity. Cutting toxic ties is not cruelty, it's self-preservation. It's a difficult lesson to learn, but one that's essential for growth, peace, and happiness. Too often we hold on to relationships, friendships, or connections that no longer serve us. We justify staying by telling ourselves the kind thing to do, or we fear being labeled as heartless or uncaring. But the truth is, preserving your own well-being isn't selfish, it's necessary. Toxic people and situations are like weeds in a garden. If left unchecked, they grow uncontrollably, stealing the nutrients and sunlight from the plants you want to flourish. The same is true for your life. Toxicity will drain your energy, distract you from your goals, and rob you of your joy if you let it. Cutting ties with it isn't about being mean or unkind, it's about protecting the garden of your life and giving yourself the chance to thrive. Preserving your peace starts with recognizing when something or someone is no longer good for you. This can be hard, especially if you're dealing with someone close to you, a friend, family member, or colleague. The negativity might not always be obvious. It could show up as constant criticism disguised as concern, manipulation masked as love, or drama presented as excitement. But when you take a step back and look at how you feel after interacting with these people, you'll see the truth. Do they leave you feeling drained, stressed, or undervalued? If the answer is yes, then it's time to make a change. Letting go of toxic connections isn't about hatred or bitterness. It's about clarity. It's about acknowledging what no longer aligns with the life you want to live and having the courage to move away from it. It's not an act of cruelty, but of kindness to yourself. Because when you allow negativity to stay in your life, you're essentially saying that your peace and happiness don't matter as much as maintaining a connection that harms you. And that's not fair to you or to the life you deserve to live. There's a misconception that cutting someone off or walking away is always dramatic. It doesn't have to be. In fact, the most powerful separations often happen quietly. You don't need to announce it, explain, or justify it. You don't owe anyone a detailed account of why you've decided to protect your peace. Sometimes the best way to let go is to simply stop engaging. Stop giving your time, energy, and attention to the things that hurt you. People might not understand your decision, and that's okay. They don't have to. The journey to preserving your peace is deeply personal. It's not about what others think of you, it's about how you feel within yourself. If cutting ties with someone makes you feel lighter, freer, and more focused, then it's the right decision. Remember, you're not responsible for how others react to your boundaries. You're only responsible for setting them. Preserving your peace also means being selective about what you allow into your life moving forward. Once you've removed toxicity, it's important to guard your space carefully. This isn't about shutting people out, but about welcoming only those who uplift, inspire, and support you. Surround yourself with individuals who bring positivity, who challenge you to grow, and who celebrate your successes without jealousy or judgment. Life is too short to spend on negativity, not just because it's draining, but because it's a distraction. Every moment you spend dealing with toxic people or situations is a moment you're not investing in your dreams, passions, or happiness. By cutting these things out of your life, you're making room for the things that truly matter. You're giving yourself the gift of focus, clarity, and peace. This isn't an easy process, and it might feel uncomfortable at first. You might question yourself or worry about how others will perceive your actions. But with time, you'll see the benefits. You'll feel lighter, freer, and more in control of your life. You'll have more energy to dedicate to the people and things that bring you joy. And you'll realize that cutting toxic ties wasn't an act of cruelty, it was an act of self-preservation. You have one life to live, and it's yours to shape. Don't let negativity rob you of the joy, growth, and peace you deserve. Cutting ties doesn't mean you don't care about others, it means you care enough about yourself to choose a better path. Protect your peace, choose yourself, and never feel guilty for doing what's best for your well-being. Reacting drains your energy. Refusing to react and moving forward keeps your energy aligned with your goals. Every time you react to negativity, to petty comments, or to unnecessary drama, you give away a piece of your focus. You divert your attention from what truly matters and feed into something that often has no real value or purpose in your life. This is the silent thief of productivity and peace, and most people don't even realize it's happening. Your energy is one of your most precious resources. It's limited, and where you direct it determines the quality of your life. Think about it when you spend time reacting to every insult, every challenge, every minor irritation, what are you left with? Exhaustion, frustration, and a sense of being stuck. None of these contribute to progress or happiness. By refusing to react, you preserve your energy for the things that truly deserve it, your dreams, your growth, and your relationships with people who matter. When you engage in reactions, especially emotional ones, you're not just giving away energy in the moment, you're also creating ripple effects that drain you long after the fact. How many times have you spent hours, even days, replaying an argument in your head, thinking about what you should have said or done? That's wasted energy. By not reacting in the first place, you eliminate that cycle. You stop giving your mental and emotional power to situations that don't deserve it. Refusing to react doesn't mean you're ignoring reality or avoiding responsibility. It means you're choosing to focus on what you can control, your own actions and mindset. You can't control what other people say or do, but you can control how you respond. And sometimes the most powerful response is no response at all. When you stay silent, you send a clear message: I am not giving this my time or energy because I have bigger things to focus on. There's a misconception that refusing to react is a sign of weakness or apathy, but the truth is quite the opposite. It takes strength and discipline to hold back when your instincts tell you to lash out or defend yourself. It's easy to react in the heat of the moment. It's much harder to step back, assess the situation, and decide that it's not worth your energy. That's a sign of emotional intelligence and maturity. By refusing to react, you're not just protecting your energy, you're redirecting it towards something far more valuable: your goals. Every moment you spend reacting to negativity is a moment you're not spending on your dreams. Imagine if you took all the energy you've wasted on petty arguments, social media battles, and overthinking what others think of you and poured it into your ambitions instead. How much further ahead would you be? Moving forward without reacting isn't just about preserving energy, it's about maintaining momentum. Life is full of distractions, and negativity is one of the biggest ones. If you let every setback, criticism, or rude comment derail you, you'll never reach your destination. But when you refuse to react, you keep your momentum going, you stay focused on your path, and you don't let others pull you off course. Important to recognize that not every situation requires your input. Not every battle is worth fighting. When you react to negativity, you often end up fighting battles that don't matter in the grand scheme of things. Instead of wasting energy on these distractions, save it for the battles that truly count, the ones that bring you closer to your goals and dreams. Refusing to react doesn't mean you're suppressing your emotions. It means you're channeling them in a way that serves you. Instead of reacting out of anger or frustration, use those emotions as fuel to push yourself forward. Let them remind you why you're doing what you're doing and why you won't let anything or anyone distract you from your purpose. In the end, reacting is often a sign of being controlled by external forces, but refusing to react, that's a sign of internal strength. It shows that you're not letting others dictate your emotions, your actions, or your energy. You're staying true to yourself and your priorities. Protecting your energy is not just about avoiding negativity, it's about creating space for positivity. When you stop reacting to things that don't matter, you make room for the things that do. You have more energy to dedicate to your passions, your loved ones, and your personal growth. You become more intentional with your time and your focus, and that's when real progress happens. So the next time you're tempted to react, pause, take a deep breath. Ask yourself, is this worth my energy? If the answer is no, let it go. Move forward. Stay focused on your goals and don't let anything or anyone distract you. Because your energy is too precious to waste and your dreams are too important to delay. Mastering emotional intelligence is one of the most empowering skills you can develop. It's the ability to navigate life's challenges with clarity, self-awareness, and control, rather than letting emotions dictate your actions. Silent disengagement, choosing not to react and walking away from negativity, is a key indicator of emotional intelligence. It reflects an understanding that not every battle is worth fighting, and not every insult or provocation deserves a response. It's about prioritizing your peace and growth over temporary emotional satisfaction. Emotional intelligence starts with self-awareness. You need to recognize your triggers, the things or people that push your buttons and tempt you to react. When someone says something hurtful or unfair, your first instinct might be to defend yourself, retaliate, or prove them wrong. But reacting impulsively often does more harm than good. It escalates the situation, fuels negativity, and leaves you drained. Emotional intelligence teaches you to pause, assess the situation, and decide whether responding will add value to your life. Most of the time, it won't. Choosing silent disengagement doesn't mean you're suppressing your emotions. It means you're managing them. You're acknowledging how you feel anger, frustration, disappointment, but choosing not to act on those feelings in a way that compromises your peace. This level of control takes practice, but once you master it, you'll find a sense of freedom. You're no longer a puppet to your emotions or someone else's provocations. You're in control. Another component of emotional intelligence is understanding the motivations of others. People who provoke or insult often do so out of their own insecurities or need for control. They want a reaction because it validates their behavior and gives them power. By refusing to react, you deny them that power. Your silence forces them to confront their own actions without the distraction of your response. It shifts the focus back to them and their behavior, leaving them to reflect on why they acted the way they did. Walking away silently demonstrates maturity. It shows that you don't need to prove yourself to others or seek validation through arguments or debates. You understand that your worth isn't determined by someone else's opinion or their attempt to bring you down. Emotional intelligence allows you to rise above the noise and focus on what truly matters: your goals, your peace, and your personal growth. This approach also fosters better relationships. While it might seem counterintuitive, refusing to react can de-escalate conflicts and create space for healthier communication. When you don't respond in the heat of the moment, you avoid saying or doing things you might regret later. You give yourself time to process your emotions and approach the situation with clarity and empathy. This doesn't mean you ignore issues that need addressing. It means you handle them with thoughtfulness and intentionality. Silent disengagement also teaches others how to treat you. When you consistently refuse to engage in negativity or drama, people learn that they can't control or manipulate you through emotional outbursts. They come to respect your boundaries and understand that you value your peace above all else. This doesn't happen overnight, but over time, your actions set a standard for how you expect to be treated. The beauty of mastering emotional intelligence through silent disengagement is the impact it has on your overall well-being. When you're not constantly reacting to negativity, you have more energy to focus on the things that bring you joy and fulfillment. You become more present in your life, more attuned to your own needs, and more capable of handling challenges with grace and resilience. This skill is particularly important in a world that thrives on reaction. Social media, for example, is built to provoke responses. It feeds on arguments, outrage, and impulsivity, but the most emotionally intelligent people don't fall into this trap. They understand that their time and energy are too valuable to waste on fleeting digital conflicts. They choose to step back, stay silent, and focus on their own growth instead. Mastering emotional intelligence is about empowerment. It's about realizing that you don't have to attend every argument you're invited to or fight every battle that comes your way. You have the power to choose where your energy goes, and by choosing silent disengagement, you're prioritizing your peace, your goals, and your happiness. This isn't about letting others win or walking away out of fear. It's about recognizing that your life is too precious to be spent on negativity and drama. The next time someone tries to provoke you, remember this: your silence is not weakness, it's wisdom. It's a reflection of your emotional intelligence and your commitment to protecting your peace. By refusing to react, you're taking control of your emotions in your life. And in doing so, you're paving the way for a more peaceful, focused, and fulfilling future. Walking away doesn't mean giving up, it means choosing peace over unnecessary conflict. In life, we often encounter situations or people that seem to demand a response, a confrontation, or a defense of our position. The natural instinct for many is to stay and fight, to argue, to prove a point, or to stand their ground. But sometimes the strongest and most empowering choice is to walk away, not because you're weak or afraid, but because you understand the value of your peace and time. Walking away is a decision rooted in self-awareness. It's about recognizing when a situation is no longer serving you, when a conversation is turned toxic, or when staying engaged will only escalate negativity. It's not about running from challenges or avoiding accountability. It's about knowing when your presence is no longer productive. There is incredible strength in being able to say, "This isn't worth my energy," and choosing to step away. Conflict often comes with an illusion of resolution. as though staying in the fight will lead to clarity or closure. But the truth is, not every conflict needs to be resolved through confrontation. Some battles are best left unfought. There's wisdom in understanding that your peace of mind is more important than winning an argument or convincing someone to see your perspective. By walking away, you're asserting that your mental and emotional well-being takes precedence over the temporary satisfaction of proving a point. Choosing peace doesn't mean you're indifferent or passive. On the contrary, it's a sign of strength and control. It shows that you're confident enough to let go, even when it's tempting to stay and engage. Walking away isn't about giving others the upper hand. It's about taking control of your own life and refusing to let negativity pull you down. It's a declaration that your peace is non-negotiable and that you won't allow anyone to disrupt it. There's a certain grace in walking away, especially when you do so without malice or resentment. It's not about holding grudges or harboring anger. It's about releasing the weight of conflict and moving forward unburdened. By walking away, you're choosing to rise above the situation and focus on the things that truly matter. It's a decision to prioritize your happiness, your goals, and your personal growth over temporary emotional entanglements. Walking away can be challenging, especially in situations where emotions run high or where you feel invested. It requires discipline to resist the urge to react or to stay and argue. But once you make that choice, you'll find that it brings a sense of freedom and clarity. You're no longer tethered to the negativity of the moment. You're free to focus on what brings you joy and fulfillment rather than being consumed by conflict. This decision to walk away doesn't mean you're avoiding responsibility or ignoring important issues. It means you're choosing your battles wisely. Not every disagreement needs to be resolved, and not every situation requires your involvement. By walking away, you're conserving your energy for the things that truly deserve it: your passions, your relationships, and your personal growth. Walking away also sets a powerful example for others. It shows that you value your peace enough to protect it, even if it means stepping away from people or situations that don't align with your values. It teaches others that conflict and negativity aren't the only ways to navigate life. By choosing peace, you inspire those around you to do the same. This doesn't mean that walking away is always easy or that it won't be misunderstood by others. Some people may see your decision as a sign of weakness or a lack of care, but their opinions don't define your reality. What matters is how you feel and the life you're building for yourself. By walking away, you're staying true to your principles and refusing to let others dictate your emotions or actions. Walking away is an act of self-love. It's about recognizing your worth and refusing to settle for situations that compromise your peace. It's about understanding that you have the power to choose where your energy goes and that your time and attention are too valuable to waste on negativity. In a world that often glorifies confrontation and conflict, choosing to walk away can feel counterintuitive, but it's one of the most liberating and empowering decisions you can make. By prioritizing your peace, you're creating space for the things that truly matter: your happiness, your growth, and your goals. So the next time you find yourself in a situation that feels draining or toxic, remember this: walking away doesn't mean giving up. It means choosing yourself, your peace, and your future. It's a choice that requires strength, courage, and clarity. And it's a choice that will lead you to a life of greater happiness and fulfillment. There's a unique and unmatched power in silence. In a world where everyone feels compelled to have the last word, to argue, and to make their point heard, choosing silence sets you apart. It's not weakness, it's wisdom. Silence is a deliberate choice, a sign of emotional strength and maturity. It's a tool that, when used wisely, can convey more than words ever could. The quiet power of silence is transformative. It protects your energy, maintains your dignity, and communicates strength without needing to say a thing. When someone attacks you with words, whether it's criticism, insults, or provocation, the instinctual response is often to fire back. It feels natural to defend yourself, to match their energy, or to prove them wrong. But what does this accomplish? More often than not, it pulls you into a cycle of negativity, drains your emotional reserves, and leaves you feeling more unsettled than before. Silence, on the other hand, is a shield. It creates a boundary protecting you from being dragged into conflicts that don't serve you. Silence speaks volumes. When you choose not to respond, you're making a statement. I don't need to validate your negativity with my energy. This can be incredibly powerful because it denies the other person the reaction they're looking for. Many people provoke others because they thrive on the chaos and attention that reactions bring. By staying silent, you rob them of that satisfaction and maintain control of the situation. You're no longer playing their game, you're stepping away from it entirely. In silence, there is strength. It takes discipline and self-control to hold your tongue when every fiber of your being wants to respond. But that restraint shows a deeper understanding of what truly matters. Not every argument needs your input, and not every attack deserves a response. Silence is not about avoiding confrontation, it's about choosing your battles wisely. It's the recognition that your time and energy are valuable, and not everyone is worth the investment. Silence also creates space for reflection. When you're not reacting impulsively, you have the time to process your emotions and think clearly about the situation. This clarity allows you to respond, if necessary, with intention and purpose, rather than out of anger or defensiveness. It's a way of ensuring that your actions align with your values and long-term goals, rather than being driven by temporary emotions. One of the most profound aspects of silence is its ability to disarm. When someone expects a reaction and is met with silence, it often leaves them confused, unsettled, or reflective. They might begin to question their own behavior, wondering why their words didn't have the intended effect. Silence can disrupt the cycle of negativity, forcing others to confront their own actions without the distraction of your response. Silence isn't just about what you don't say, it's also about what you communicate without words. Your silence can convey confidence, self-assurance, and an unwavering commitment to your peace. It shows that you don't need to justify yourself to others, that you're secure enough in who you are to let their words roll off you. This kind of quiet strength is rare and deeply impactful. There's a misconception that silence is passive or submissive, but this couldn't be further from the truth. Silence is an active choice, a powerful strategy for maintaining control and setting boundaries. It's a way of saying, I refuse to engage in negativity because I value my peace more than your opinion. This kind of strength is not about avoiding challenges, but about navigating them with grace and composure. The power of silence extends beyond conflict. It's also a tool for growth and self-discovery. In moments of quiet, you can tune out the noise of the world and connect with your inner self. You can reflect on your values, your goals, and the kind of life you want to create. Silence allows you to hear your own thoughts clearly, unfiltered by the opinions and judgments of others. Silence is also a gift you give to yourself. It's a break from the constant noise and chatter of life, a chance to recharge and center yourself. When you embrace silence, you create a sanctuary of calm amidst the chaos. You're no longer reacting to the world around you, you're choosing how to engage with it on your terms. In relationships, silence can be a boundary. It communicates what you will and won't tolerate without the need for long explanations or justifications. It shows others that you value your peace and won't allow negativity to disturb it. This can lead to healthier, more respectful interactions as people come to understand the power of your silence and the strength behind it. The power of silence lies in its ability to preserve your energy, protect your peace, and communicate your strength. It's not about avoiding life's challenges, but about approaching them with wisdom and intentionality. Silence allows you to rise above the noise, focusing on what truly matters and letting go of what doesn't. It's a reminder that sometimes the most powerful response is no response at all. Silence is not empty, it's full of purpose, strength, and clarity.